Okay, so I'm in Evanston at S.P.A.C.E, the venue with singer-songwriter Matt Duke here, 26-year-old from New Jersey. And so you're a New Jersey boy.
Okay.
So what is it like playing in Chicago, or the Chicago area?
People are much more friendly out in the Midwest.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, Jersey's great. I mean, I love where I grew up in the Mid-Atlantic, but people tend to start up conversations just on the fly out here, which I thought was very strange. But very, very cool, but very strange.
Yeah, hard to get used to, or?
Yeah, a little bit. At the beginning, I was just like, this is really nice. And I was like, why are people so nice all the time? I don't quite get it. But it was, but yeah, playing out in Chicago has been fun. I've been doing this now for a couple of years. I've been playing out, but I've been playing in Chicago probably the last like 2 or 3 years, which has been fun.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And so I read that you started playing music to get girls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the classic story, guy with a guitar. So how did you kind of evolve to become, you know, a serious musician? Or is that why you still play music?
No, it's not. I mean, but it's funny because, you know, I definitely, that was certainly why I picked up the guitar, because there was really no pretense about it, because it was a lot easier than bringing a piano to parties, and girls like the guitar a lot more.
Yeah, sure.
But I guess it evolved just because it became a really, really nice outlet for me. I mean, I played sports for years, and then I broke my ankles a couple of times, and that was sort of the end of that, so really the only thing that I had was music, and I did a couple things like arts affiliated, which was cool, but it's always been a really, really nice sort of therapeutic thing to be able to play the guitar and to write, and so it became a lot more than what it originally was meant to achieve.
So then, your latest album, what is your second album?
This is the third,
on the new label.
but on the new label, yeah. So the second one on the new label.
Okay, and it came out the 29th, March 29th,
Yep.
a couple days ago, and it's called One Day Die.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, you had a serious hand injury. It was like last year, in the past couple
it
years
was
or
back.
so?
Yeah, it was November, maybe a year or two ago. Year ago.
Okay, so did your songwriting approach or musical approach change after that? Because it was pretty serious. I mean, it threatened your career, I mean, being a guitar player.
Yeah.
So how did that exactly change your approach?
Well, I was lucky because I know another buddy of mine, he actually broke both of his fists once, and the beautiful thing is that actually, I guess the silver lining was that I didn't break the hand that I used to fret chords and stuff. It was my picking hand, but still I do a lot of heavy-duty picking and a lot of percussive stuff with this hand. And when it happened, I was about to go into the studio probably 2 weeks later to record what would become the new record.
Yeah, oh wow.
And whether or not, I mean, maybe things happen for a reason, but because of all the time off, which is really hard, I didn't realize how much I was going to miss playing music, and it was killing me after the first week of not being able to pick up guitar. But then when I started to really look at like the songwriting and what I had done and what I was going to go into the studio to do, I took a step back and I realized that a lot of the material just did not fly with me, and I needed to sit down and really rework it or just change it entirely. So a lot of, well, basically the entire record that you hear now is all new material that I just had kind of written in those couple of months. And the rehab wasn't great, but I feel a lot better now and everything's fine.
So you're fully recovered?
Yeah, well, more or less. I can tell you when it's going to rain because my hand starts to hurt, but that's about it. Outside of that, everything's fine.
Okay, some new superpowers come
Yeah, exactly. It's a really cool superpower.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to drizzle. What's up?
Alright, and so you talked about your material a little bit, what you sing about. It's funny, when you listen to your music and you don't listen to lyrics, you would think it was, you know, like you singing to a girl, like lovey-dovey relationship stuff. But it's not really like that when you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
What exactly is your subject matter?
Well, on the new record especially, a lot of the subject matter has a lot to do with like mortality and some of the ins and outs of things that I, you know, some personal experiences growing up that weren't exactly lovey-dovey or maybe the greatest, but I always thought it was fun. I mean, there were a lot of musicians and a lot of songs that I grew up with. I thought some of the best ones that I had heard were always the ones where, like, on the surface they sounded pleasant and really upbeat. And I mean, a lot of pop music has sort of like these subversive lyrics that are not what the song sounds like. And those, to me, are sometimes the most clever tunes, because you just get these ideas in your head and just these images that you wouldn't have thought of otherwise, but you're into like this really cool beat and this really cool rhythm. And so for the longest time, it's not that I intentionally tried to do it, but a lot of the songs always sounded really upbeat and very, very fresh in a quixotic sort of way, but at the end of the day, a lot of the lyrics were super depressing. But this record does a much better job of kind of marrying the two ideas, and it's not as blatant of like a dichotomy between the two. So, but yeah, and a lot of these it's a much more personal record than the last two that I put out. It's a bit more introspective than the last two.
All right, so where can we listen to your new music? Where can we get One Day Die?
You can get One Day Die on Amazon or iTunes, and it should be in like little mom and pop shops and stuff like that. But you can definitely find it online.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for sitting down with me before your show.
My pleasure.
He's going to go on in just a couple of minutes, I guess. But first, you're going to play something for us.
Yes.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And what are you going to play?
I think I'm going to play Love You Anymore, which is kind of what we were talking about with the lyrics and the music and all that good stuff.
Hardly stir when you sleep. There's a peace inside your mind, inside your dreams. There are two that lie beneath these sheets. There might as well be three with all the space between. And sweetheart, behind the eyes, different lovers, stranger lies. I spy you wild and I creep towards the door. But I said I love you, though I knew I didn't love you anymore. I shiver when you kiss my cheek. You're mistaken that I'm smiling when I see. And though I don the look of a lowly sheep, inside my hunger rage is trying to keep discreet. Sweetheart, behind the eyes, different lovers, stranger lies. Freedom is what hides beneath the boards. And I said I love you, though I knew I didn't love you anymore. So deep in my chest, my heart is growing fond of the idea of your absence. This crime is perfect, for they'll never suspect the one you loved and laid with, blended sweetheart, behind my eyes, a different person, a stranger lies. Grab the gun we hid beneath the boards. And I said I love you, though I knew I didn't love you. I said I love you, though I knew I didn't love you. I said I